Sit, 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 sit,
You know, there's a saying, follow the money. Well, we don't mean that in kind of a ugly way, but following your own money and where you spend it, how you spend it, and is it being used in the best way possible. So let's talk this morning about insurance, because the truth is all of us should be looking a little bit more closely at our insurance policy, but getting the answers that we're looking for isn't always that easy until you watch us, and by the nature of that, you watch Bryan Beasley, who's back on the show with us from the Beasley Agency. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
I bet I'm pretty typical of people that you get that policy and you see your, do you want to renew? Do you want to upgrade your policy? And your eyes begin to cross, Bryan. It's a lot of numbers.
And the numbers are going up.
Yeah.
And that's something that it's across the board. Insurance companies have lost money over the last couple of years, and so your rates are going up, and that makes you look at everything about the policy.
Okay, so when I mentioned follow the money, all of us, I don't care who you are, should be living on a budget.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the way you determine that budget is what's important to you. Where do you want to put your money?
Yes.
It is important, let's say first off, to have a good insurance policy.
Yes. Yes, to protect yourself. Yeah, you want to make sure you have the right coverages and all that stuff.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
At the Beasley Agency, you can do it all, but you wanted to focus this morning on the car insurance because you've had some questions thrown your way.
Yeah. We've got, a big number of our customer base are older and they're on fixed incomes, and when they get a renewal and it bumps by 10, 15, 20%.
That's significant.
And it does it year after year after year, then, that they have to look at that and decide, like, what do I do? So I had one of our customers called the other day, and her insurance was going up, and she said, well, what do I do? I can't do this. And so I'm looking at options for her at trying to, get in within her budget, because she has to have the insurance. You have to have it. You can't get out on the road and drive without the insurance.
Right.
So one of the questions she asked me which is why I wanted to talk about this today. She said, why is my rate going up? I don't have accidents. I don't have any claims. I haven't done anything. Am I paying for other people's mistakes or claims, or am I paying for wildfires in California or tornadoes in the Southeast or hurricanes down in Florida? And it was hard to hear that question, because that's not really what you're paying for. You're paying for what your claim is going to be in the future when you do have the claim.
Okay, so in this case, you can be a great driver, but that doesn't mean that you won't have an accident, your fault or not.
Right. And it doesn't mean that your rates won't go up on your rates can continue to go up.
And the cost of replacing your car from that accident is just simply more expensive
It's
now.
more expensive, yes. Yeah, I think I told you on the last time I was here that I hit a deer in December, got my car back last week finally, which was fun. But
that was a long time.
Yeah, but it was a deer that I hit. The damage was minimal, but it was the front bumper and the quarter panel, and it was $7,000.
Whoa.
Not 3,000, not 1,500, 7,000. So parts are hard to come by. The body shops are backed up. It took me 4 months to get in.
Well, let me ask you something. We've got a couple of minutes left, and I know each case is going to be different. But let's say that you are this woman, and maybe her issue is her monthly income. She'll take her chances with what do I do if.
Yeah.
But month to month, I got to have that money. Is it better to have a higher deductible or a lower deductible? Where do you save money?
It's better for me to run the quote on both, and then you determine if I have the lower deductible and I have an accident and my deductible is $500, how long will it take me to get to that difference of $1,000 deductible?
Okay, suppose you have a $1,000 deductible and you hit a deer or something, and the cost to fix your car is $1,750. Roll the dice and just pay the $1,750 perhaps up front, or do you file a claim?
Oh, that's a hard one too, because if you don't have the money, then you probably need to file a claim, right? If you're on a fixed income, you're going to file a claim. But that's something in our office that we'll always tell people, hey, look, you got to go and get estimates from like 2 or 3 body shops, and then decide if you want to pay it out of pocket or not. Sometimes it's better, yes, because so what you and I were talking about before was there's a lot of factors that go into that rating. One of them is your financial stability, right? What your credit score is. The other one is how many claims do you have? The other one is what type of cars are you driving? So I had somebody that came in, they had a daughter that wrecked a vehicle. They replaced the vehicle, but they bought an expensive car. And so once we ran the quote, he was kind of amazed at how much more it was because it was an expensive car.
Could you make that call to find out before you purchase the car to know how much it's going to raise your rate?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, if it's a weekend and we're not right at the phone, sometimes that's a harder thing to get.
Sure.
But I've usually got I've given my phone number out, my cell phone number out.
Okay.
So I might be at a place where I can't stop right then and check, but yeah, it's worth checking.
We're not going to give you that cell phone number now, but we will share with you the number for the office.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yes, yeah.
If you want to call them, he's in Dayton, but he's also in Saudi. 428-9222 is the phone number.
That's right.
TheBeasleyAgency.com is the website. All types of insurance needs they can fulfill for you. But this morning, he wanted to help you understand why your policy is going up, and call him. Perhaps he can help you find one that'll save you some money. Yeah. He'll also tell you a joke, because you know that we do the dad joke